The echo from the stars. The vastness of space had always made Commander Maya Lee feel small. 20 years of space exploration had taught her that the universe was indifferent to humanity's existence, vast, cold, and silent. But on this day, as the exploration vessel Athena cruised through the outer reaches of the Aldebaran system, the silence was broken. "Commander, we're picking up something," Lieutenant Kaido Nakamura said, his voice tinged with confusion. The young communications officer adjusted his headset, brow furrowed. I've never seen anything like this." Maya moved from her captain's chair to the communications console. The bridge of the Athena was unusually quiet, the crew's attention fixed on the strange signal now pulsing across their screens. "What are we looking at, Lieutenant?" Maya asked, leaning over Kaido's shoulder. "It's a distress signal, but the pattern is unlike anything in our database. It's using frequencies that shouldn't be possible for conventional transmissions." Kaido's fingers danced across the holographic interface. "And the source? It's coming from deep space, beyond the charted territories." Science Officer Dr. Elena Volkov joined them, her sharp eyes analyzing the data. "The signal contains embedded quantum signatures. This technology is centuries beyond our own." Maya straightened, brushing a strand of dark hair from her face. The Athena was humanity's most advanced explorer vessel, equipped with experimental jump drives that had allowed them to venture farther than any human ship before. But even with their advanced technology, they were mere infants compared to whatever was sending this signal. "Can we translate it?" Maya asked. Elena nodded slowly. "The quantum patterns suggest it's designed to be universal, to be understood by any species capable of detecting it." She tapped several commands into the console, running it through the translation matrix now. The bridge speakers crackled to life, and a voice, eerily human yet distinctly alien, filled the room. "To any who hear this call, beware. They consume all. We are the last of the Vrax Confederation. Our worlds have fallen. Our fleets scattered. We seek refuge. The harvesters come. Only the Titan of Earth can stop them. If humanity still exists, awaken your guardian. You are the galaxy's final hope." The message repeated, creating an eerie echo across the bridge. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. In 20 years of space exploration, humanity had encountered only 3 alien species, all primitive compared to Earth. None had ever mentioned Earth specifically, let alone known about humanity. "Plot the source," Maya ordered, returning to her chair. Navigation Officer Wei Chen nodded. "Coordinates locked. It's approximately 70 light-years from here, in unclaimed space. That's beyond our fuel reserves for a standard return journey," First Officer Darius Jackson pointed out, his deep voice carrying across the bridge. "Even with the jump drive, we'd be cutting it close." Maya nodded, acknowledging the risk. "Open a channel to Earth Command." The face of Admiral Helena Chen appeared on the main screen, her expression changing from professional interest to concern as Maya relayed their discovery. "Commander Lee, your orders are to maintain position and await further instructions," Admiral Chen said after a long pause. "Under no circumstances are you to investigate this signal. We're dispatching a specialized research vessel to your location." Maya felt her jaw tighten. "With all due respect, Admiral, by the time a research vessel reaches us, the source of the signal could be gone. The Athena is fully equipped for first contact scenarios, and—" "This isn't a request, Commander," Admiral Chen interrupted. "This signal mentions Earth specifically. It could be a trap, a lure designed to capture our most advanced vessel." The bridge fell silent. Maya knew the Admiral was right to be cautious, but something about the desperation in the alien message tugged at her instincts. "Understood, Admiral," she replied formally. "We'll maintain position and continue monitoring the signal." After the communication ended, Maya remained in her chair, staring at the coordinates still blinking on the navigation screen. "Orders, Commander," Darius asked quietly, standing beside her. Maya looked up at her first officer, then around at her crew. They had been together for 5 years, exploring the frontiers of known space. They had faced solar storms, gravitational anomalies, and even a hostile encounter with the reptilian Screeth. She trusted them with her life, and they trusted her judgment. Lieutenant Chen plotted jump to those coordinates, Maya said finally. Darius raised an eyebrow. Commander, the Admiral specifically ordered. I know what she ordered, Maya interrupted, and I'll take full responsibility. But something about this doesn't feel right. They mentioned a Titan of Earth, something that could supposedly stop these harvesters. If there's even a chance that Earth is in danger, we need to know. The crew exchanged glances, but no one objected. They had followed Maya through too many difficulties to doubt her now. Jump preparations complete, Wei announced after a few minutes. Ready when you are, Commander. Maya took a deep breath. Execute jump. The stars outside the viewports streaked into lines as the experimental drive engaged, folding space around the Athena. The ship shuddered slightly, still not completely stable despite years of refinement. And then reality snapped back into focus. Before them floated what remained of a massive spacecraft, nearly 3 times the size of the Athena. Its hull was scarred with massive impact craters and energy burns. Sections of the ship were completely gone, exposing its internal structures to the vacuum of space. Life signs? Maya asked, staring at the wounded Leviathan. Faint readings, Alina replied, focused on her scanner. Several hundred, concentrated in the central section. Their life support is failing. Prepare a boarding team, Maya ordered. Medical personnel, security, and first contact specialists. Darius, you're with me. Within 30 minutes, Maya led a team across the void between the ships. The alien vessel's hangar bay had been destroyed, forcing them to cut through the hull to gain entry. Inside, gravity was minimal and the air thin but breathable. Emergency lights cast eerie blue shadows across twisted metal and strange, organic-looking technology. This way, Alina said, gesturing toward a signal on her handheld scanner. The life signs are stronger here. They moved through corridors that seemed designed for beings taller and thinner than humans. The architecture was both functional and beautiful, with flowing lines that suggested an artistic sensibility despite the ship's clearly military purpose. When they finally reached what appeared to be a command center, they found the survivors. Tall, slender beings with iridescent skin that shifted colors like oil on water. Their large, faceted eyes regarded the humans with clear intelligence. One figure, adorned with intricate markings that might have indicated rank, stepped forward. You received our call, the alien said, its voice melodic and strangely accented but understandable. You are from Earth. Maya nodded, removing her helmet. I am Commander Maya Lee of the Earth exploration vessel Athena. We intercepted your distress signal. The alien's skin rippled with colors, blue, purple, then a deep green. I am Sorvash, fleet commander of what remains of the Vrax Confederation. The alien made a gesture that might have been a bow. We had almost lost hope. Your message mentioned a threat, Maya said. These harvesters. Sorvash's colors darkened to a deep indigo. They are death incarnate. They appeared at the edge of our territory 3 cycles ago. Massive ships, unlike anything we had encountered. At first, we attempted communication, but they responded only with destruction. The alien led them to a display terminal that flickered weakly. Images appeared, vast black ships shaped like arrowheads, with pulsing red energy at their cores. The footage showed them tearing through advanced-looking fleets, then descending upon planets. They do not conquer, Sorvash continued. They harvest. Every resource, every element of value, stripped from worlds and consumed. 17 worlds of our Confederation have fallen. Billions of lives extinguished. And you believe something on Earth can stop them? Darius asked skeptically. Not something. Someone, another Vrax said, stepping forward. This one was older, its skin patterns more complex. I am Kellamore, keeper of knowledge. Our archives speak of a time, long ago, when the harvesters attempted to invade this galaxy before. They were stopped by a power so great that it drove them beyond the void between galaxies. The legends call this power Titan, Khorvash added, a warrior guardian created by humans, before your people had even reached your own moon. Our oldest records describe it as a being of both machine and mind, capable of adapting to any threat. Maya exchanged glances with her team. There's nothing in our history about this. If humans created something so powerful, why don't we remember it? Kelmore's colors shifted to a soft amber. The records say that after the harvesters retreated, the Titan was hidden away, its purpose fulfilled. Perhaps your ancestors chose to forget, or perhaps the knowledge was lost over time. Commander, Elena interrupted, urgency in her voice. I'm detecting energy signatures similar to those ships in the footage. They're still distant, but moving in this direction. Khorvash's colors paled dramatically. They have followed us. We led them to you. Maya made her decision instantly. We need to evacuate your people to our ship. The Athena isn't designed for this many passengers, but we'll make it work. There isn't time, Khorvash said grimly. Our engines are damaged beyond repair, but our weapons still function. We will remain and delay them while you escape. That's suicide, Maya protested. It is necessity, the alien replied. Our civilization is already lost. But if the Titan exists, if there is even a chance that Earth possesses the power to stop the harvesters, then the galaxy may yet survive. Kelmore approached Maya, extending a crystalline data storage device. Take this. It contains all we know of the harvesters and the ancient Titan. Perhaps it will help you find what your ancestors hid away. Maya accepted the device solemnly. We'll come back with help. There will be nothing to come back to, Khorvash said simply. Now go. Warn your world. Find the Titan before the harvesters reach Earth. The journey back to the Athena was tense, the mood somber. As they prepared to jump away, they watched the Vrax ship turn to face the approaching darkness, its damaged weapons powering up in a final act of defiance. Jump drive ready, Wei announced quietly. Execute jump, Maya ordered, her eyes fixed on the alien vessel growing smaller on their view screen. Just before the stars streaked into lines, they witnessed the first of the massive harvester ships emerge from the darkness, its red core pulsing with hunger. Back on course to Earth, Maya stood in the science lab as Elena examined the Vrax data crystal. It's incredible, Elena said, eyes wide as she studied the information. According to this, in the late 1960s, at the height of the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union discovered something, an entity or technology of non-human origin, buried deep beneath the Arctic ice. That can't be right, Darius objected. That period is one of the most thoroughly documented in human history. Something like that couldn't have remained secret, unless the secret was so dangerous, so world-changing, that both superpowers agreed to bury it. Maya suggested. Continue, Elena. The data suggests that this discovery led to the creation of Project Titan, a joint secret initiative using this alien technology to create a defensive system unlike anything humanity had conceived. The Vrax records are fragmentary, but they indicate that when the harvesters first approached Earth, the Titan was activated and drove them away. Maya leaned against the lab table, trying to process what she was hearing. And afterward, the project was decommissioned, buried again, literally and figuratively. According to this, the facility that housed the Titan still exists, somewhere beneath the Arctic ice. Cato's voice came urgently over the intercom. Commander, we're picking up multiple signals behind us. Large objects, moving fast, faster than anything we've ever recorded. Maya's blood ran cold. They're following us. Back to Earth. The race had begun. The Athena pushed its experimental engines beyond safe limits, burning through fuel reserves at an alarming rate. Behind them, the sensors showed the harvester fleet growing in number. 5, then 12, then 20 massive ships, all converging on their trajectory toward Earth. "We need to warn Earth Command," Maya said, staring at the long-range scanner with growing dread. "And we need to find this Titan facility, if it even exists." As the Athena hurtled through space, carrying its desperate warning and ancient secret, Maya couldn't shake the feeling that humanity was about to face its greatest test. Whether they would stand or fall would depend on whether a forgotten guardian could be awakened in time. The fate of not just Earth, but perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. Awakening the Guardian. The Athena broke through Earth's atmosphere like a shooting star, its hull glowing red-hot from the desperate speed of their approach. Warning alarms blared throughout the ship as damaged systems struggled to maintain integrity. Commander Maya Lee gripped her chair as the vessel shuddered violently. "Slow us down, Wei," she shouted over the cacophony of alerts. "We're no good to anyone if we crash." Lieutenant Chen fought with the controls, his face tense with concentration. "Doing my best, Commander. The port thrusters are failing." The Earth grew larger in their viewports, the blue-green surface of the North Atlantic rushing up to meet them. After 5 days of pushing the experimental jump drive beyond its limits, they had managed to stay ahead of the harvester fleet, but only barely. Their sensors had detected the first of the massive alien ships entering the solar system just hours behind them. "Incoming transmission from Earth Defense Command," Lieutenant Nakamura announced. "Admiral Chen is demanding to know why we disobeyed direct orders." "Tell her we'll explain when we land," Maya replied grimly. "And inform her that we have a Level 1 first contact emergency situation. Hostile alien fleet, approximately 20 vessels, will reach Earth orbit within 6 hours." The bridge fell silent save for the continuing alarms. They all knew what this meant. Earth's defensive capabilities, while impressive for conflicts with the handful of species they'd encountered before, were nowhere near sufficient to handle the kind of threat they had witnessed. After a turbulent descent, the Athena finally touched down at the United Earth Defense Headquarters in Geneva. A squadron of armed security personnel surrounded the ship as its ramp descended, but Maya had no time for formalities. She strode down the ramp with Darius and Elena flanking her, the Vrax data crystal clutched tightly in her hand. Admiral Helena Chen waited at the bottom, her face a mask of controlled fury. "Commander Lee, you are relieved of duty pending." "Admiral, we have less than 6 hours before humanity faces extinction," Maya interrupted, her voice steady despite her exhaustion. "The formal charges can wait." For a tense moment, it seemed the Admiral might insist on protocol, but the urgency in Maya's voice made her pause. "Follow me." Inside the command center, Earth's highest-ranking military and political leaders had already assembled, drawn by the alarming reports of an approaching alien fleet. Maya's crew transferred their sensor data to the main displays, showing the relentless advance of the harvester ships. "These are the same vessels that destroyed the Vrax Confederation, an advanced civilization with technology far beyond our own," Maya explained as the room absorbed the gravity of the situation. "According to the information we've gathered, they don't negotiate, they don't take prisoners, and they don't leave survivors. They strip planets of resources and move on. Our defensive grid can't handle this," General Okafor, head of Earth's military forces, stated flatly. "Even if we redirect every orbital platform and armed vessel we have, we'd be overwhelmed within hours. Which is why we need to find this," Maya said, inserting the Vrax crystal into the central console. The holographic display flickered, then showed schematics of what appeared to be a massive underground facility. "Project Titan." Admiral Chen's eyes widened in recognition. "That's classified beyond your clearance level, Commander. How did you?" "The Vrax knew about it," Maya cut in. "Their ancient records speak of a guardian created by humans, a weapon or entity powerful enough to drive away the harvesters centuries ago." The room erupted in overlapping voices until Earth President Kavita Sharma raised her hand for silence. "Admiral Chen, is there any truth to this?" The Admiral's face had gone pale. "Project Titan was decommissioned before I was born," Madam President. It's mentioned only in the most heavily restricted historical documents. But yes, it existed. Then we need to reactivate it, Maya insisted. Now, President Sharma turned to the Admiral. Explain. Admiral Chen hesitated, then nodded. In 1967, a joint team of American and Soviet scientists discovered what appeared to be a crashed alien vessel beneath the Arctic ice. Inside was technology unlike anything humanity had encountered, seemingly capable of adapting to any threat, of learning and evolving its own defenses. The Cold War was at its height, she continued, but both superpowers recognized that this discovery transcended their conflict. In secret, they established Project Titan, an initiative to study and potentially weaponize this technology. And did they succeed? President Sharma asked. According to the classified records, yes. They created some kind of adaptive defense system, part machine, part something else. The records are deliberately vague, but they indicate a test activation in 1969. Maya's eyes widened. The same year, the Vrax records indicate the Harvester's first approach Earth. If this Titan exists, why haven't we used it since? General Okafor demanded. Why keep it hidden when we faced other threats? Because it was deemed too dangerous to control, Admiral Chen replied quietly. After it repelled whatever approached Earth in 1969, the project leaders became concerned about its potential. It was growing, evolving beyond their understanding. They agreed to deactivate it and seal the facility. President Sharma stood, her decision made. Where is this facility now? Northern Greenland, Admiral Chen said. But it's been abandoned for over 50 years. We don't know if the systems are still operational or if the Titan still exists in any functional form. We have to try, Maya insisted. It's our only hope. Within the hour, a hypersonic transport carried Maya, her core team, Admiral Chen, and a squad of Earth's best engineers toward the coordinates buried in the classified files. Below them, the world was mobilizing for a fight. Everyone knew they couldn't win. Civilian evacuation to underground shelters had begun, though where people could hide from an enemy that could strip a planet to its core, no one knew. The transport landed on a seemingly empty expanse of ice, but ground-penetrating radar revealed the massive structure beneath. A team of engineers used thermal charges to melt through to what appeared to be an access hatch, frozen shut for decades. The facility runs on geothermal energy, Admiral Chen explained as they descended into the darkness. If anything still works down here, that would be why. Their flashlights illuminated a vast chamber, its technology a strange mix of late 20th century equipment and something distinctly alien. Dust and ice covered everything. But as they moved deeper, motion sensors detected their presence, and dim emergency lights flickered to life. The backup systems are still functioning, Elena observed, running her hand over a console. Remarkable engineering. They reached what appeared to be the main control room, a circular chamber with a massive central platform surrounded by computer terminals. Maya approached the main console, brushing away decades of dust. How do we activate it? She asked, looking to Admiral Chen. I don't know, the Admiral admitted. The actual activation protocols weren't included in the files I've seen. Elena had been examining the alien components integrated into the human technology. These interfaces, they're similar to what we saw on the Vrax ship. I think they were designed to respond to thought patterns, not physical inputs. You mean it's telepathic? Darius asked skeptically. More like an advanced neural interface, Elena clarified. The user would need to connect directly to the system. Maya spotted what looked like a chair at the center of the platform, surrounded by strange, organic-looking appendages. Like this. Commander, we don't know what that will do to you, Darius warned as Maya approached the chair. We're out of options and out of time, she replied. Their latest update had confirmed that the first harvester ships had entered Earth orbit. The initial defensive strikes had proven completely ineffective, absorbed by some kind of energy field surrounding the alien vessels. Maya sat in the chair, which seemed to mold itself to her form. The organic appendages moved of their own accord, connecting to her temples and the base of her skull. She gasped as cold sensation flooded through her mind. For a moment, there was nothing but darkness and silence. Then, a presence, ancient, vast, and alien, yet somehow familiar, touched her consciousness. Identification required. A voice resonated in her mind, neither male nor female, neither human nor alien. "Commander Maya Lee, United Earth Defense Force," she replied aloud, though she sensed the entity understood her thoughts directly. "Purpose of activation. Earth is under attack. An alien force called the Harvesters has returned. We need your help." A pause then. "The Harvesters have returned. Prior directive. Protect Earth. Analyzing current threat level." Maya felt the entity sifting through her memories, experiencing everything she had witnessed aboard the wrecked ship and the approaching Harvester fleet. Threat assessment complete. Activation protocols initiated. Throughout the facility, long-dormant systems surged to life. The platform beneath Maya began to glow with an eerie blue light that spread outward along channels in the floor, up the walls, and across the ceiling. "What's happening?" Admiral Chen demanded as the entire facility shuddered. "Titan is awakening," Alina said, reading from a console that had activated. It's reconfiguring itself, adapting to the current threat based on Commander Lee's knowledge of the Harvesters." Maya felt her connection to the entity deepening. Through its perception, she could suddenly see beyond the facility, beyond her physical form. She could sense the Harvester ships in orbit, their dark hulls absorbing the desperate fire from Earth's defense platforms. And then she felt something else, a sensation of movement, of expansion. The facility was changing around them, the alien technology merging with the human elements in new configurations. Through her link with Titan, she understood what was happening. "It's not just a weapon," she gasped. "It's a vessel, a living ship." The ice above them began to crack and shift as the massive structure buried for decades began to rise toward the surface. Everyone except Maya was thrown to the floor as the entire facility tilted. The control room they stood in was transforming, walls reconfiguring, new stations emerging from the floor. "Get to those consoles," Maya shouted, still connected to the chair. "It needs operators, human minds to guide its systems." As her crew scrambled to the newly formed stations, Maya felt Titan's consciousness fully merge with her own. She could see through its sensors now, witnessing the massive form taking shape around them, a vessel unlike anything humanity had designed, with elements both organic and mechanical. From the frozen wasteland of northern Greenland, a mountain of ice and earth erupted skyward. Within the churning debris, a shape emerged. A massive vessel of impossible proportions, its hull shifting and adapting even as it took form. The Titan was awakening, its dormant systems suddenly alive with purpose. In orbit, the Harvester ships paused their assault, sensors detecting the massive energy surge from the planet below. They adjusted their formation, massive weapons charging as they focused on this new threat. Inside Titan's control center, Maya felt the vessel's capabilities unfold in her mind. "They're targeting us," she announced, though she wasn't sure if she spoke aloud or through some connection Titan had established with her crew. "Preparing to fire. Weapons systems online," Darius reported from a console that seemed to have formed specifically for him. "But I don't understand half of what I'm seeing." "Let Titan guide you," Maya said. "Trust it. It knows what we're facing." The first Harvester beam struck Titan as it rose into the atmosphere, a lance of crimson energy that would have vaporized any human vessel. Instead of burning through, the beam seemed to be absorbed, the hull around the impact point shifting and adapting. "Analyzing attack pattern," the voice in Maya's mind stated calmly. "Adapting countermeasures. It's learning," Alina said in awe, watching as data flowed across her science station. "The molecular structure of the hull is reconfiguring in response to their weapons." Titan rose higher, breaking through the clouds, its massive form now visible to terrified populations below. Some fled in panic, believing it to be another alien invader, while others watched in desperate hope as it accelerated toward the Harvester fleet. The first counterattack came as a surprise to everyone, including Maya. Rather than conventional weapons, Titan released a wave of energy that washed over the nearest Harvester ship. Where it touched, the alien vessel's hull began to disintegrate, as if the very atomic bonds were being severed. "My God," Admiral Chen whispered. "It's using their own technology against them." 3 more Harvester vessels converged on Titan, their weapons firing in coordination. This time, the impact was felt throughout the massive vessel, systems flickering as the combined assault tested Titan's adaptability. "Damage sustained," the voice informed Maya. "Reconfiguring. Require additional human interface for optimum function." "What does it need?" Maya asked. "More operators, more perspectives. Human creativity enhances adaptation capability." Maya understood. "Admiral, we need more people at these stations. Titan's designed to work with human operators. It learns from our thoughts, our instincts." Admiral Chen nodded, relaying the request to Earth Command via the communication systems that had formed within Titan. Within minutes, transport vessels were rising from the surface, carrying the best minds Earth had to offer: pilots, engineers, scientists, strategists. As more humans interfaced with Titan's systems, the vessel's capabilities expanded exponentially. Its attacks became more varied, more inventive, targeting the Harvester's weaknesses with uncanny precision. Where the aliens adapted their defenses, Titan found new vectors of attack. The battle raged across Earth's orbit, a clash of technologies so advanced that most of humanity could barely comprehend what they were witnessing. The Harvester fleet, which had devastated countless civilizations, found itself facing something unlike any opponent it had encountered, a defender that grew stronger with each exchange, that learned and evolved faster than they could. One by one, the massive black ships were destroyed, their remains falling through the atmosphere as fiery meteors. The few remaining vessels attempted to retreat, to regroup beyond the moon's orbit, but Titan pursued relentlessly. Through her connection, Maya could feel Titan's resolve, a blend of its alien origin and the human determination now infused through its systems. It had been created for this purpose, to defend Earth against this specific threat, and it would not allow them to escape only to return stronger. The final confrontation took place in the shadow of the moon, as the last 3 Harvester ships made a desperate stand. They combined their energy fields, forming a defensive barrier that repelled Titan's initial attacks. "New approach required," the voice told Maya. "Accessing human creativity matrices." Maya felt Titan drawing on the collective imagination of its human operators, synthesizing their ideas into new strategies. The result was something no single mind would have conceived: a cascading series of energy pulses that resonated with the Harvester's own shields, creating a feedback loop that turned their defense against them. The barrier collapsed, and Titan's final attack tore through the remaining vessels, reducing them to scattered particles drifting in the void. Earth was saved, for now. As Titan returned to orbit, Maya felt the entity's consciousness communicating directly with hers. "The Harvesters will return. This was merely an expeditionary force. Their main fleet will come when they discover what happened here." "How long do we have?" Maya asked. "Years, perhaps decades. They are not swift travelers." "Then we'll be ready," Maya promised. "Earth won't stand alone next time." Through her connection with Titan, Maya could sense a new purpose forming, not just to defend Earth, but to seek out other civilizations that had suffered at the Harvester's hands. To find survivors like the Vraks, to build alliances, to prepare the galaxy for the greater conflict to come. "Titan has more to show us," Maya told her crew as the massive vessel settled into orbit around Earth. "It knows where other survivors might be hiding. It can help us find them, build a coalition strong enough to face what's coming." Admiral Chen studied the transformed vessel that now represented humanity's greatest asset. "You're proposing that we take Titan beyond our solar system." to actively seek out these aliens. I'm proposing that we fulfill the role the Vracs believed we could, Maya replied. They called out to Earth specifically because they believed we could save them. Now we know why. Because hidden in our past was the key to fighting the Harvesters. We were never meant to hide behind Titan, she continued. We were meant to guide it, to provide the human element that makes its adaptation possible. Together, we might be the force that finally ends the Harvester threat forever. President Sharma, who had watched the battle from Earth Command, connected via hologram. Her face showed both awe and resolution. Commander Lee, what you're suggesting would fundamentally change humanity's place in the galaxy. We would be stepping onto a much larger stage. We already have, Madam President, Maya replied. The question is whether we'll embrace that role or try to retreat from it. In the end, the decision was made. Titan would remain Earth's guardian, but it would also become humanity's ambassador to the stars, a symbol that Earth would not stand idle while other civilizations suffered the fate that nearly befell them. Maya remained as Titan's primary commander, her connection to the entity deeper than any other human had achieved. Under her guidance, the vessel continued to evolve, integrating new technologies and adapting to meet each challenge they encountered. The legend of Earth's Titan spread across the stars, a beacon of hope to those hiding from the Harvesters, a warning to those who would threaten peaceful worlds. The forgotten guardian had awakened, and with it, humanity had found its place among the stars not just as explorers, but as protectors. And somewhere in the darkness between galaxies, the main Harvester fleet sensed the destruction of their advance force. They adjusted their course, accelerating toward a small blue planet that had somehow awakened a force they had thought long defeated. The true war was just beginning, but this time, Earth would not face it unprepared. This time, the Titan and its human guides would be ready.